It's throwback week here at footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL Week 4 preview between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. So let's look at some keys to victory, starting with the Cleveland Browns.
Before the Browns think about doing anything offensively, it has to start with protection up front when you're facing the Baltimore Ravens. So you look at Joe Thomas, you look at Swartz on the opposite side. He's going to be matched up against Haloti Ngata. They're going to have to protect up front, so that way the Browns can utilize their offensive weapons. They have some spark back there in the backfield with Richardson, also Greg Little. You saw some productivity out of Travis Benjamin, and all that is going to go for naught if they can't protect up front. They also have to get creative with their personnel. So let's go inside the lab to see how the Browns can create mismatches with their offensive personnel.
Let's look at how the Browns can create mismatches with their personnel. You see, I brought in two tight ends, Jordan Cameron, Ben Watson. What that does, one, it isolates the safeties in coverage and the outside backers, and the 3-4 defense is essentially a 7-gap defense. By bringing in this extra tight end, what you do, you make it 8 gaps, 1 gap that the defense can't account for, and you still have the ability to run strong side, you still have the ability to throw weak side, and you have the advantage of having your bigger wide receiver in the slot to take advantage of this corner and also take advantage of the seam and down the hash mark. So you still can get creative with your personnel. The Browns have the unique personnel, having two tight ends that are athletic and catch the football, have a big wide receiver in Little, and also have a speed guy in Benjamin that you can use Little to clear out routes and get him to going underneath. So you can get creative if you're the Browns by just utilizing different personnel against the 3-4 defense of the Baltimore Ravens.
To stop the Baltimore Ravens, you have to make these guys one-dimensional, and it's going to fall on those linebackers of the Browns to make sure they stop the run. Put the game entirely in Joe Flacco's hands, because I think the Browns can actually match up well with the Ravens wide receivers. And it's all going to fall on Demetri Patterson and also Buster Skrine you see right there. They're going to have to make sure they keep Torrey Smith from attacking the middle of the field, because that's where the speed can do a lot of damage on the interior. Keep them bottled up, keep them bracketed, and I think you can take away effectively what they want to do and allow you to better match up with the tight ends and the other wide receivers. Now, when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, you have to be impressed with Joe Flacco and how he's playing football right now. Is getting everyone involved. He found his tight ends. He found Torrey Smith, who's looked improved over last season. And if he can continue to emerge, this is going to be a dangerous offense moving forward. So they have to make sure they come in and get him and the rest of that passing game started. Then they'll be able to rely on their running game late. Defensively, it's all about controlling the Browns' offensive line. If they can get pressure on the edges with Haloti Ngata, Pernell McPhee, they can have some success. Now you look in the back end with coverage. If they're going to cover these wide receivers and tight ends, it's going to have to be with cover 3. I think cover 3 puts the Ravens in the best possible situation to do so. So let's go back inside the lab to see how cover 3 can be effective versus the Browns' passing game.
The reason why I like the cover 3 versus the Cleveland Browns is due to the fact that it's a balanced coverage. The Ravens are equal to all sides as far as protecting themselves in the passing game. It's a good defense for contain and also rallying up and tackling the ball carrier, and it protects you versus the short area pass. And it forces the offense to be patient in the passing game. And if you're patient, if you're the Browns, you allow guys like McPhee, guys like Haloti Ngata to push the pocket and get sacked. So I think utilizing cover 3 a lot versus the Browns gives the Ravens an added advantage.
Here's the personnel breakdown to look at what both teams bring to the table as far as personnel is concerned. I think the Ravens clearly have excellent personnel everywhere on their football team. The Browns, although have talent at quarterback, running back, and receiver, they're young and unproven. I love their tight ends. I like the offensive line, and the defense I'm a big fan of. So you can see where the Browns can have some success is going to have to come on the defensive side of the football. I like the Ravens in this ballgame. But look at what they can do offensively, play balanced. They can run the football well with Ray Rice. They get everyone involved in the passing game. Their two tight ends is outstanding. And I think defensively, they are still aggressive. I don't care about age. I know they can still get after the quarterback and do a great job in run supports. I think in all facets of the game, the Ravens can come away with the victory versus Cleveland. Big shout out to both of the Ravens fans and Browns fan forums for showing football game plan support.